With this land. I don't even know what the enhancing mean, but we're gonna do it. What's that word, man? Welcome back to the Lakers Land Show, and I'm in the damn building. Seven Mitchell, good afternoon, boys and girls. Happy Saturday, man. We got a couple things I wanted to talk about. Taking this quick 30 minutes. Y'all know how we do here on Playback. Make sure if you guys are new to Laker Land that y'all come on through and follow the room. Um, damn, man, it's been a crazy week for Lakerland. I want to talk about Austin Reaves today. I also want to lock in with the Lakers right now. You can see where it was at overall in the Western Conference. I want to talk about our chances of moving up and possibly moving down because, again, this is still a lot of basketball left to be played. We got a game tomorrow. This one pisses me off. I'm not going to lie. I know it's the Lakers and the Clippers, but something about this game I am really not feeling, and we're going to get into that in a couple minutes. But man, what a week it has been for Lakers land. Earlier this week, we reached 3 million views on our YouTube channel. Then that was big. So shout out to everyone who was, come through the YouTube channel, checked out all the content and all the videos. We definitely appreciate that. What else happened this week for Lakers land? We reached 3 million views on our YouTube channel. Then maybe like a day or two later, we got our first ever major sponsor promotion. That happened on this week with HelloFresh.com. So hopefully the video submittal for the commercial gets approved and we'll be locked in for our first official sponsorship. So shout out to HelloFresh.com. That was definitely big for Lakers land. And now I had a meeting with the good guys over there at Playoffs of LA. Make sure you guys follow them as well on Playback. We are looking to do a collaboration, possibly with Lakerland. I'm still kind of making my final decisions. I'll kind of give you guys a little bit more detail in the near future, but we will be possibly doing a collaboration, taking Lakerland here on Playback over to the Playoff LAL channel. Shout out to Playoff Sports. They got a dope platform where they pretty much are integrating a lot of shows and streams for different teams. Kind of similar sort of what I did with Lakers Land when I was with Players Choice. We might actually run that back and have Lakers Land come over there for maybe a 30-minute or 60-minute stream. So, shout out to my guy Caden, shout out to Jake, and big up to everyone over there, all of the creators over there at Playoff Sports, man. I'll give you guys again more details. I still got some final decisions to make. Not so much if I do or don't want to work with those guys. I'm just trying to figure out what makes more sense for me, because I was interested in possibly doing a team and covering a team here on the East Coast by me being in Baltimore. I was thinking, even though they're not doing good record wise and basketball wise, the Washington Wizards would be a great opportunity for me to tackle because I'm so close to the base of what's going on with that organization. So I'll get with you guys and give y'all the gist of what's going to eventually happen. The Playback Lakers Land channel platform right here, regardless of me going over to Playoff, will not go anywhere. Nothing will change here. I'll still be streaming here on Lakers Land. We'll have a different types of Lakers content over there than we'll have here. And of course, we'll have all of the Laker games. So nothing really will change as far as you guys go. But we're definitely expanding the platform. And, we had a dope meeting with those guys over there at Playoff Sports. So I'll keep you guys in the tune with what we're going to be doing. And I think it's going to be a good look because the Lakers got a lot going on this season. So today, as you guys can see, I want to talk about Austin Reaves. Man, let's get into AR because I got a couple questions um to ask y'all. Give me a second. I do got a couple questions to ask y'all, and I don't know how to actually control a screen share. So bear with me, guys, if I'm doing this wrong. Mm, just give me a second, people. Trying to get this thing right. For some reason, it's sharing 3 times. Jesus. That's the only thing I hate about screen sharing is that I'm no good at it. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm no good at it. Give me 1 second. Let's try this over again. All right, there we go. Finally. So last night it was a close one. You know, the guys didn't really look good, but you know, they found a way to get it done. Close win versus the Brooklyn Nets. Austin Reaves, career high last night, 38 points. He had 3 rebounds and 3 assists. He definitely was the savior for this team last night. Him and LeBron really played, held this team down. No Anthony Davis and Dorian Finney-Smith was out as well. This was the return of D'Angelo Russell to LA. D'Lo actually had an opportunity to win the game last night, but the Lakers were able to get it done. That's 2 wins in a row. Definitely needed. It's going to be an interesting next 5 games. We're going to talk about that towards the end of today's show. But Austin Reaves, bro, I want to know, what are y'all thoughts about it if you are a real basketball mind? Because I have not been sold on the idea that Austin Reaves will be our primary playmaker, our facilitator, the quarterback of this offense at point guard. I've not really embraced that since the trade of D'Angelo Russell for a couple of reasons. Number one, he's not a he can when, like, for example, last night. Yes, he had 38 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. They got the win. All of this was needed. But if you are a point guard, if you are my quarterback, if you are my engineer of my offense, 3 assists, I know 38 points is huge, but 3 assists just lets me know that maybe this was a situation where you had to go crazy. I'm going to assume because he shot 23 times, but he was pretty efficient. He was knocking them down, played 7 minutes. But this stat line, this box score that everybody is going crazy about is nothing that I really will be excited about. Not from my point guard when I have a LeBron James and an Anthony Davis on my team. If this was Austin Reeves' team, then I would be definitely good with this one. But this doesn't give me any comfortability after my concerns that I've had, dealing with the turnovers and his lack of being able to stand in front of someone defensively. Austin Reeves is really a liability on defense, but it does balance out offensively. He does do his thing. What are the pros and cons of Austin Reeves in your eyes? I think the pros for me for Austin, if I got to think of 3, I think he got guts. He lives for the moment. Games that Anthony Davis and LeBron James are out, he definitely steps up to the plate. So I don't want to take away from him. He was an undrafted rookie. And since he's coming into the league, he has been pretty solid. He's been a guy that I really didn't question a whole lot as far as his heart go, as far as not shying away from moments when needed. I just feel like the position that he's in is not super beneficial because what I've grown to love from Austin Reeves in these first 3 seasons, point guard, I think that kind of gets manipulated. And this is a whole total different responsibility that Austin Reeves have in my eyes. Can he play point guard? Absolutely. But I just don't like it. I really don't like it. I don't think that answers any problems. And you're not going to, again, have him putting up this stat line like this. I don't think he's creative all on the ball as D'Lo was. I know a lot of people like to vilify me for saying, keep D'Lo, but I definitely would feel more comfortable with D'Angelo Russell being my point guard than Austin Reeves. Not to say that D'Lo is better than Austin Reeves, but just at that position, I'm just I don't know. The Lakers right now have the 10th best record in the NBA, but it's still a lot to get better, and that's across the league. That's across the league. Um, but Austin Reeves definitely steps up to the challenge. I think, one of the pros for me is that he has the heart. The con, his decision making. You know, the more you handle the ball, the more liable you are to turn the ball over. But some of his decision making, question is very questionable to me. And in the position that you are in, you can't afford those types of mistakes. And LeBron is giving it to you as well. Um, but I like Austin Reeves. I think every year he has gotten better. I do definitely think he's a solidified starter. When we started this season off, I was impressed with his aggression, getting to the board, offensive rebounds. He was really going after it at the beginning of the season, and I think he's learned. And I don't really see him digressing. I don't see his game digressing. I just do feel like there are flaws that can't never be fixed, and defense is going to be very important winning championships. But I do feel like being undrafted, having the responsibility of playing with LeBron James and Anthony Davis, and then sometimes having those guys being out for whatever reason, and then you're asked to, do certain things, and now you're asked to play the point guard position. Um, I got to give him his props. I really do. I remember back in 2023, I'm looking at a Twitter report, Chandler Parsons, and we talked about the disrespect that Chandler had on Kobe. Back in 2003, this is what Chandler said. He said he didn't believe that Austin Reeves will progress beyond being a 15-5-5 player, and he feels that Austin is already approaching his ceiling. This was last year. He said he's not a player who's going to continue to get exceptionally better. It's not like the potential is through the roof with him. This is what Chandler Parsons had to say about Austin Reeves. Just another um, ridiculous take from Chandler Parsons this week when we talk about the Lakers. But Austin Reeves is not untouchable in my eyes. If anybody feels like he's untouchable, I don't believe he's untouchable. But I think that he would definitely be the last resort if the Lakers were going to consider a trade. He didn't have no turnovers last night in this close game. But, Brooklyn is not playing that great, but a win is a win. Um, should Austin come off the bench? No, 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 no. Even though I don't like him being a point guard, there's no need to manipulate him anymore. You know, I think the advantage is definitely keeping Austin Reeves on the basketball court and in whatever capacity you do have. But overall, man, I just feel like last night's game doesn't really justify or say much of anything. My man Justo in the building. Are you feeling like Austin Reeves is the solidified third option? Is that who you referring to? I mean, because people have felt like Austin Reeves have been the third best Laker for a little while now. And I'm not here to co-sign it. I'm not here really to debate it. I just feel like what we saw last night is not going to be something that we should be looking forward to seeing if we were to have a LeBron James and an Anthony Davis on the court simultaneously. I don't want my point guard having three assists when I have LeBron James and Anthony Davis on the court. He shot 23 times and Austin is a baller. I don't mind the aggression of Austin Reeves and the shot attempts, none of that. He was balling last night. And again, if he was a point guard that didn't have LeBron and AD on his team, I will be fine with my point guard going crazy like that. There's been point guards before, or really two guards that has been masqueraded as point guards that put up crazy numbers and stuff like that. But if JJ Redick is going to have Austin Reeves being our primary playmaker, now that D'Angelo Russell is gone, you got to turn the turnovers. You got to work on. Defense is just horrific. Austin Reeves can't stand in front of anybody. And that was a problem with D'Angelo Russell, too. That's a problem with Dalton Connect. But I like I like Austin Reeves overall. I totally disagree with what Chandler Parson was saying. I definitely feel like Austin Reeves has already exceeded expectations. And Justo made an interesting point, and I'll agree. He said we needed those 38 points to win the game. LeBron was the only one that had it going. And again, and like I said, I'm not I just don't want to feel like, oh man, Austin Reeves had a career high. He about to be on his way putting up 30, 40-point nights. I'm not saying that he's not going to be able to do it. I just don't if your responsibilities now is the primary point guard for the Lakers, I don't see this happening a bunch when you got LeBron and Anthony Davis on the court. If Anthony Davis played last night, I don't believe at all this would have been the stat line of Austin Reeves. So his attempts, what he did last night, it was warranted. It was warranted. It was what was needed to get the win. As you can see, the Lakers only won by a point. Um, but overall, big picture, I've been concerned since the D'Lo trade about Austin Reeves being our point guard. I think he can play the position. I'm just not comfortable with him doing it for the duration of the season. And I think it's going to come back to bite us. Rui Hachimura, I think his time is up. I'm not going to lie. I do think Rui Hachimura time is up. But the problem with Rui is this. If Rui don't start to play better fast, he don't have any trade value. And everybody always put that Laker tax on the Lakers anytime we make a move anyway. So if the Lakers are going to try to create some package to get a big man or to get LeBron and AD, that quote unquote third guy, Rui is going to have to put out better audition film. Because right now, Rui is looking worse and worse. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I think Rui is hurt. People really downplayed and never really spoke on Rui being injured in the Olympics. Y'all remember Rui got pulled from the Olympics. And nobody really talked about his rehabilitation. We've been talking about Vando and Christian Wood, and then we had the draft where Bronny and Dalton connect, and then you got a new head coach and JJ Redick. Like, it really went under the radar what happened to Rui Hachimura over the summer in France. And they put him out on a basketball court at the beginning of the year. He's been playing, but it's been up and down like a roller coaster. And he has not been able to find his way in this JJ Redick system. He's been struggling on both ends of the court at times. But honestly, Rui is the best available option for a trade that the Lakers have, because I don't see them getting rid of an Austin Reaves or a Dalton Connect. They're definitely not trading AD, and LeBron has a no trade clause. So y'all let me know what you think about Austin Reaves overall. I thought again last night's performance was a good performance by Austin Reaves. It was a very needed performance, but my concerns about this guy being our primary point guard, our primary facilitator, our quarterback. I don't feel better about the way I felt about that just based off of last night's box score. Not at all. But shout out to Austin Reaves. He was the hero helping the Lakers get it done last night. So now what we see is the Lakers are now currently in sixth place in the Western Conference. We are half a game behind the Clippers in the Pacific Division. We're going to talk about the Lakers and the Clippers in a couple minutes. But I guess my biggest question to especially the real Laker fans, people that have been following the Lakers, are you surprised? Are you surprised that the Lakers are now with this whole? I just ran down all the changes and adjustments, and we know all about the availability and lack of availability. This season already in a couple months for the Lakers have had so many storylines, so many narratives, so much has gone on in this franchise. And under the tutelage of JJ Redick for his first time, are you guys surprised that the Lakers are in sixth place? Remember, LA ended the season, if I'm not mistaken, in seventh place under Dawn last year. Right now, if the season ended, the Lakers would be in a better position than they were last year. And mind you, we haven't had Vando, Wood, Jackson Hayes has been in and out like a bank robbery. We've had a few guys been in and out. Availability has been an issue for the Lakers, and somehow, some way, we still look to be competitive. Does that surprise you guys? It surprises the hell out of me. I'm not gonna lie. And the thing about it with me, Justo, is this: the Lakers this season have gotten a lot of help. I've put a lot of respect as of late on the Western Conference. I feel like they got the best teams. They feel like they got the best superstars over there in the West. But for some reason this season, you look at the standings, top 10, teams are struggling. This is not a normal look 30, 40 games into the regular season of the NBA. We're halfway done in the regular season, just about. And you teams like the Houston Rockets and the Memphis Grizzlies, not only 2-3 at this point, they've pretty much been there the entire season. You look at the Phoenix Suns, you look at the Golden State Warriors, you look at the Sacramento Kings, division rivals, even the Clippers. The Clippers are turning the corner now, but teams have really struggled this season in the Western Conference, and it has allowed the Lakers throughout this roller coaster, this soap opera that we've dealt with this year. It has allowed us to still remain relevant, still remain in contention, and it surprises the hell out of me, because I felt like the Western Conference was going to be the best conference out of the two. And I felt like some of these young boys, bro, was going to just run away with this shit. Coming off of the playoff performance that Anthony Edwards had, especially versus Phoenix and KD. I know they came up short as late as they got, but I thought Minnesota would have came out gunning. They made that trade for getting rid of Carl Anthony Towns, and I still thought that would have been a dope move. Um, Dallas, making it to the finals with Kyrie and Luca. I had high Dallas. Kyrie is hurt. You see where the Dallas Mavericks right now, they're actually under LA. So, I feel that the Lakers fortunately have gotten a lot of help from some teams that I think people have had higher expectations on. OKC, I'll say this about the OKC Thunder, respectfully. I'm not afraid of the Thunder. And maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm biased. This is going to have to prove it to me. I've watched the NBA for too many years to see teams win 50 and 60 games in the regular season. And then when it comes March and April and May, it's a different vibe. It's a different look. People that follow the game of basketball knows that the playoffs are totally different from the regular season. I don't care how you spin it. If you do have momentum going into the postseason, yeah, it absolutely helps. But the game slows down so much in the postseason. Teams are really able to study you more. You're playing a team up to 7 times, one team up to 7 times each round. So it becomes more of a half court game. OKC, yeah, they going crazy. They went crazy last year. They going to have to prove it to me in the playoffs when they count the most. I done seen teams like the Atlanta Hawks win games in the regular season, and then when they face LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers, they don't show up. I done seen it happen a couple. So I put respect on Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. He's definitely having an MVP type season. OKC, when you look at the draft picks that they still have, when you look at just that young core, what they finally have developed and come together, they are definitely um, somebody to respect. But nah, I don't have no concern at all, MPR. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't have no concern against Houston or Memphis. In a 7-game series, respectfully, I don't fear those, especially Houston and Memphis. And this is why I feel like this Western Conference this season has really helped the Lakers. The Lakers have not played good enough basketball. Let's keep it real. We don't have a six best put out there on the basketball court. We don't. But the way it just went, we kind of lucked out. And I am grateful. I am so grateful. Tomorrow we got the Clippers. Man, let me see. I need to pull up this game cast for tomorrow's game. Hold on. I think tomorrow a late game. I'm pretty sure it's going to be. Oh, wait a minute. Tomorrow. All right, I think I found it. Okay. All right, so let me pull this up. Let me pull this up for y'all so we can look at this game cast. Let me see if it'll pull up. Vando, bro, I'm done with him. I promise you, I'm done with Jared Vanderbilt because he was supposed to have been back. He was supposed to have been back. All right, so first things first, let's see who's available and who's not available. So AD is a game time decision tomorrow. I believe AD gonna play tomorrow. Dorian Finney-Smith, he done missed the last 2 games having he just had a birth of his child. So Dorian, I believe, will be back tomorrow. JHS has never been a factor, so he doesn't matter. Christian and Vando. Um, like I say, bro, I'm done with Jared Vanderbilt. To be honest, if you've been following the reports, these niggas were supposed to have been back game 4 of the Denver Nuggets series. Game 4 of the Denver Nuggets series last year. This nigga Vando had a procedure on the other foot that he had a problem with in the offseason. That's what's taking so long. They reported last week that this nigga was they was sending him to the G League. Like that was supposed to make me feel good. Then they came out with a report that Vando was doing 5-on-5 workouts with the coaching staff. Like that's supposed to mean something. Then they had a report that he was supposed to play possibly Wednesday versus the Miami Heat. Vando is still out. When Vando plays this game of basketball, he can hoop. I'm not trying to take anything away from Vando's skill set, but the best ability to have in sports is availability, and this nigga just cannot get out there. This nigga's a liability. He is not an asset at all. Christian Wood the same way. Jackson Hayes the same way. Gabe Vincent. I know Gabe is trying to find his way, but all these dudes are very expendable. And if the Western Conference was doing what they normally do, we will be fucked for real because these dudes are not playing good. They have not played good at all. Dorian Finney-Smith, a lot of people are calling for Dorian Finney-Smith to start over Rui. Listen. I still don't like the fact that they traded D'Lo for this boy. I'm sorry. I do not like that trade. I don't have nothing personal against Dorian Finney-Smith. Maybe it was time for D'Angelo Russell to go. Maybe you're right. But the personnel involved in that trade, it was the wrong people. That's what I hate about that trade. I forgot his first name, but there's another front court player for the Brooklyn Nets. His last name is Sharp. He could have been in that deal instead of Shake Milton. And Shake is a decent player, but the Lakers are going to wind up waiving him. The personnel involved in that D'Angelo Russell trade was wrong. If the Lakers were losing Mark Kessler from the Utah Jazz, they needed the D'Angelo Russell contract. But it's gone now. So much has changed for the Lakers to get a big. And that's really the problem number one. We've been talking about it all year for the last couple months. Big man, Anthony Davis need help. We've been talking about it. It's been air apparent. You needed D'Lo's contract for Mark Kessler. There was a Colin Sexton deal to be moved out of Utah for D'Angelo Russell, Jalen Hood-Schifino, and that Now, initially, when this trade was presented, Utah did decline it. I'm just coming from a standpoint of the numbers work. Davon Sharp, that's his name. He could have been a part of the Brooklyn trade. I just feel the lack presence that we have in the front court for Vando and Jackson Hayes being in and out and Christian Wood being out. And Christian Coloco is starting to come into his own, but again, he ain't played basketball in 2-3 years. I just feel like the personnel we could have just did better. And we got rid of D'Angelo Russell, who was struggling, but he doing his thing in Brooklyn. But then now we're making Austin Reaves our primary facilitator. I don't like that. Austin Reaves went off for 38 points last night and he went crazy, which was needed. But that's not to be expected if you got Anthony Davis and LeBron playing. I need Austin Reeves to dumb it down on the turnovers. He didn't have no turnovers last night, which was unbelievable. Outstanding performance last night. But being the quarterback of this offense, being the engineer of this offense, guys are actually on the court. I don't like Austin Reeves being my primary playmaker, bro. I swear on everything. I don't. But with winning games, I'm not going to vilify him that much. But tomorrow, we locked in versus the Clippers. Now, Kawhi is going to be a game time decision. I think it'll be bogus as hell if doesn't play. This is the first of 4 games between the Lakers and the Clippers. I thought we actually played them already. So this is the first of 4. Right now, they're only a half a game in front of us in the division. They're actually on a winning streak. How many games have the Clippers won in a row? 3 in a row. They beat Miami, Brooklyn, and they got the win a couple nights ago versus the Trailblazers. So when I look at the strength of schedule in the competition for the Clippers as of late, these niggas ain't beat no fucking body. We beat Miami too. We done beat the shit out of Portland, and we just beat Brooklyn last night. Going into those games, the Clippers was coming off of losses to Denver and Minnesota. So the Clippers are going through the same motions as the Lakers, to be honest. And Dalton Connect, bro, you said it and hit it right on the head. Dalton Connect really should be the main topic of every Lakers show, every Lakers podcast, every content creator on YouTube that's talking about the Lakers, bro. Dalton Connect should be a real topic of discussion. Because what the fuck is JJ doing? I have no idea what the hell is happening. And trust me, I'm not sitting here trying to act like I know more basketball than JJ Redick and none of that stuff. I know JJ have forgotten more basketball than I will ever know. But it seemed to me that Dalton Connect has such a green light at the beginning of the year, in October, and at the beginning of November. And now all of a sudden you're moving him in and out of the start rotation. A rookie who I believe should be averaging at least 20 minutes 20 to 25 minutes per game by default because of the way he started off the season and the impact he can have in that second unit. JJ got him playing like 16 minutes, and when he getting in the game, he's only shooting 4 times. Like, I don't know what's going on with Dalton Connect as of late, and I don't want to blame it on just this rookie wall. I honestly feel like JJ and that coaching staff has not done so good by this kid, bro. Just don't feel like he should start at the 2, not the 3. Bad enough he can't defend, and that's the only down part about Dalton Connect. He can't play defense. You're just coming from having a backcourt of a backcourt of D'Lo and Austin Reeves being liabilities on defense. Now what you're going to do, have Dalton Connect and Austin Reeves in the backcourt? That's the only thing about bringing Dalton in as a starter. If you're going to keep Austin Reeves as a starter, there's now 2 points of attack for the opposition. And LeBron ain't going to be able to step it up defensively to help nobody. He going to play safety. And, AD has impact on defense, but AD seemed like he show up when he want to. He AD a little bit to me has been a disappointment, if we going to be honest. That nigga's name was in conversations for the MVP when the year started. He was leading the league in scoring. He was in the top 3. I don't think there's nobody who really covers the game of basketball at this point even consider Anthony Davis to be an MVP in this league. He blew that. Justo said he would go with Austin Reeves, Dalton Connect, Dorian Finney-Smith, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis for the starting 5. It's a lot of shooting on the floor. You got a lot of guys. That's a lot. You got a lot of guys that can spread the offense. I do like that, but You're gonna need these guys to play 48 minutes though, Justo, because who you got off the bench? That's your problem. If you go with this lineup, who do we now have coming off the second unit that's going to be able to either sustain the lead that these guys have generated, or if we're down by 5 or down by 10 at the half, who's coming off the bench that's going to give us any type of hope to get things going, to put us in a position to get back? Of our guys you got right here in our starting five, I don't believe even if we keep Rui might look better now in the second unit than being a starter, but I don't feel like Rui is going to be like that. What we seeing in Austin Reaves, I feel like Rui might have hit his ceiling already. What we see in Rui might just be what Rui is going to be as long as he's in a Laker uniform. So if we keep this starting five right here, if we keep your starting five, I just don't know what we're doing once we substitute. JJ ain't got nothing to go to. Gabe Vincent, are we gonna bring Bronny James up? I don't know. And then to make matters worse, tomorrow the Lakers are playing in those city jerseys. Jemison, I didn't get to see him last night. Hayes, I'm done with Hayes. I used to campaign for Hayes to be a starter by default, just so LeBron and AD could play their true positions, and I was just terribly mistaken there. So I'm done with Hayes. Gabe Vincent is doing well, but I don't have any expectations of Gabe Vincent be remaining a Laker by the trade deadline. Gabe is going to be used as part of a deal. Max Christie, I believe, is safe. Max is definitely getting better. We don't lose none of our youth, but you're basically banking on Rui and Max. If Vando was healthy, I would feel much better because Vando was good. Vando could start depending on the position. Um, so I guess if all goes well health wise, maybe your lineup could work, Justo. Maybe. I think it would get the Lakers a chance to get out early with big leads with these guys that you got. You got Dalton Connect and Austin Reeves, LeBron and AD on the court at the same time. And then a wing player like Dorian Finney-Smith hitting them threes. Oh, yeah, the Lakers could definitely build some leads with that five that you're talking. So I can respect that. But tomorrow, what's my predictions, man? What are we looking at? 9 o'clock. Okay, so this is a night game. Really a home. Well, no, they got their own little dome right now. I think the Lakers will get this one. I think the Lakers are going to get this one, even if Kawhi does play tomorrow. Um, I'm not afraid. I think the Lakers should get this right now. Norman Powell is leading the Clippers in scoring. Zubac is averaging just under 9 rebounds, and James Harden is averaging 8 assists right under LeBron. So, yeah, like James Harden, respectfully, I respect his game, but he doesn't really. I don't fear him. I don't fear these Clippers at all. Right now, we played them 4 times. This is the first time, so the first one will be Clippers game. The first two are Clippers games, home games, and then the last two are home games. So I believe the Lakers will split these on the road, both prime time. I'm giving the Lakers the W tomorrow. I'm giving the Lakers the W tomorrow because Kawhi probably won't even play. All right, people, I am about to sign off and get the rest of the afternoon started, but I just had to bring another edition of Lakers Land and just come at you guys with the news. just in case, I know Justo, you came in a little bit late. But so I was just telling people, and they'll catch it on the replay. Uh, Changed on playback here for Lakers Land. I'll still be, matter of fact, I'll be doing much more because I haven't really been going live. But there is a platform here on playback called Playoffs. We had a meeting this week, and they wanted me to join their network to bring Lakerland over to their network. They pretty much have a network here on playback where they got a show. They have a playback for Lakers content, Celtics, man. They about to implement like a lot of different NBA teams, and they wanted me to be a part of their Laker family. So I am going to be transitioning to playoff sports and taking Lakerland over there to help build the platform. But nothing will change here. We'll still be getting it rocking and rolling. But it's all about expanding and growing. And that's what we're going to be doing here. But y'all let me know what y'all think about Austin Reaves overall. And how far do you think the Lakers can go in the Western Conference? Right now, we're in sixth place, but I feel like it's due to a lot of help. Like, comment, and subscribe. This is Seven Mitchell with Lakers Land. Y'all stay safe, and I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.